ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Feral Ginger podcast. Hey, everyone. We missed last... Well, this is episode 8. Technically 8.
Kind of.
Should have been. Sort of. Last episode got screwed up sound-wise, so we're rewinding it. I don't know. Episode 7. Is that it? Yeah.
ggTV episode 7! Yes, come on!
And there's Joe's intro for you.
Who's excited again?
There is the mascot.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
man.
a little dude inside this big furry teddy of mine, that's it.
Yeah.
Little midget with big dick energy.
Yes, mate.
Jeez. Right then. Hey, welcome back, guys. A little bit of a mixed one this week because there's a hell of a lot of news to get through because we are also partially catching up on last week's news, but this week alone has been a busy one.
It's been mental. It's been because we had QuakeCon last week.
Yes.
We had Gamescom this week.
Yes.
And then there's been a few little bits and bobs as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's
Sick. I think this episode will probably be taken up mostly by the last 2 weeks of news, to be honest.
Yeah.
Some of it good, some of it a little bit shit, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
Let's go to something pretty amazing, though. I don't know if we actually spoke about it on the episode that never made it, but somebody made a prophecy and a prediction about what would be released at QuakeCon, and I don't know if Mr. Taylor might want to elaborate on said prophecy.
Fucking let me go. Right. We got Quake Remaster, which I don't even know how to begin to word it up. Like I was watching QuakeCon live. I was like, I've fucking got to get T out of the way. I've got to fucking get upstairs and get QuakeCon on. So I'll start upstairs. I had QuakeCon on my phone. Just had the Xbox on, and the QuakeCon live stream was going all fucking glitchy. And I was like, no, fucking, I'm gonna take a baseball bat to this thing. Like, don't do this to me. So I got on the Twitch chat and everything. Everyone was like, no, it's on their end, definitely. So we were watching, and they just got talking about Quake, and then it went to like a Quake Champions thing.
Okay.
And I was like, what is this? This is not what I want to see. Anyway, on the comments, everyone was like, Quake Remaster is happening, blah, blah, blah. So I went onto the Xbox store. What was there? Quake Remastered. I was like, download that fucking... I'd not even seen the trailer or the announcement, and I was like, download it now. Like,
yeah.
So I have been hammering that. But yes, I've called it a few times, Quake Remaster. I genuinely thought we might have got a reboot at one point because I was looking at the timeline, and it was like Quake was the kickoff, and then the day after was like, let's talk Quake, and I was like, oh, is that going to be a reboot? But it wasn't. Yeah. So we got Quake 1, 2, so 1 with all the DLCs.
Yeah, and
which
extra.
And extra, which is insane. And Quake 2 and Quake 3 are on the Xbox PC Game Pass, which is fine. I'm sure we'll get it on console soon enough. But Quake 1 with 4 DLCs is...
And it runs smooth,
and
man. It
runs
looks
like
so good.
butter. Like, it's so buttery. Like, mate, like, fighting the shamblers and stuff, like, the teeth look really good. The ogres, you can actually see that. Like, there's more 3D elements to it. Like, it's just really polished, 60 frames a second, 4K. Like, it looks great. It's a thing of beauty. It really is. Like, I'd had such a shitty week that week, right? And like the Quake Remaster, I was like, oh god, right, I'm okay now. Like, I'm alright, I'm alright. So I think that's been best gaming release for me this year. I was over the moon when that came out.
That's
if
huge.
we got Quake 2
full remaster as well.
Yeah, I'd be mega chuffed with that.
Yeah.
Quake 1 with the DLCs, and we've got a new one which apparently is really good. I'm looking forward to playing it. The add-on,
it's supposed to be decent.
But the 2 expansion packs, Scourge of Armagon and Dissolution of Eternity, like, so over the moon. Like, I can't even begin to tell you how chuffed I am with that. So yeah, that was the big news for me. in the last week or two. So yeah, that was sick.
The question then is, are you glad that was the news and that I wasn't right and it wasn't another Wolfenstein game?
I certainly am glad that
getting that impression.
I would have loved the Quake reboot. I'm not going to lie.
Same.
I really, really, really would have loved the Quake reboot. But this, for now, is just scratching that little itch. That is, who's to say? Maybe they're working on it. I don't. The fact that they've dropped a reboot, remaster. Sorry, says that they haven't forgot about Quake. That it's still definitely. They talked about. It was the first game really that really used 3D. Like a 3D engine, that and Tomb Raider 1 were probably the first 3D games of its time. Yeah, so the fact they've done a remaster of 1, 2, and 3 is really cool.
Yeah, it's
and
insane.
Game Pass straight away, winner.
And I did the same as you. I jumped I got your message and I jumped on straight away. I was installing it by the time. I was installing it before the show was over, and I jumped in and I was like.
I've not even seen the trailer before. I'd already been playing it.
Legit though. I've not played the first one since I originally owned it on N64.
Wow.
So I have not touched it since then, and oh man, it hit me so hard in nostalgia. Really, I was like, really I remember this, and
Luke was sat with me at the time, and I was like, do you know what? I used to play this. I'm going to let him watch it. And I just come in straight away, secret there. And he was like, Dad, how do you know all this? I was like, you don't want to know how many hours I put into this game when I was younger. But if you played N64 originally, there is a thing you can download on the menu to play it in N64 mode.
Yes, I know.
Which is really cool.
It's really sick. I love shit
honestly,
like that.
I fucking 10 out of 10 for a pat on the back. I think they've done a really, really good job of it.
Yeah.
I think they've nailed it really well. So I'm really chuffed with it. 25th anniversary, perfect. Couldn't ask for anything more. I was really happy. So yeah. Definitely, I'll shut up about Quake now.
No, man, it's well overdue. If you look back at any of our previous episodes, Taylor has mentioned it every episode.
I think I've mentioned Quake every episode. Yeah.
And it fucking deserves it, man. So
it's a great game. It's up there with Doom. It's not got the recognition that Doom has, but it should do really because it is
pure gothic
great
horror.
Game. Yeah, so it's pure gothic, cosmic. Amazing. It's a sick game.
There was such a great vibe to it back in the day as well, wasn't it? Like playing that game and you're seeing what you're seeing and interacting, and the weapons as well, like a nail gun firing like that.
The nail gun was great.
Never been done before. Never been done before. I know there's a classic fighting demons, fighting aliens, but fighting monsters from another dimension, Cthulhu-esque horror. It's really cool. It's really, really cool. So yeah, really enjoying that. I'm still playing it. So
yes, lad.
I'll definitely get every achievement. Leave it with me.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, hell of a strong start to our week. Jumping off this for a moment, we'll have a little chat about what we've actually been playing. Now I think we've all got a wild guess at what Taylor has been playing. But Taylor, if you want to continue and say anything else you've been playing over the last couple of weeks.
So obviously been hammering Quake. Really, really enjoying it and chipping away at Plague Tale, which is sick. Really like that. And I installed Hellblade, had a quick go, but it's been sort of put on the back burner for now.
Till you finish Plague Tale, kind of thing.
Also started, hold on, I've got my Xbox on here, playing Apex a lot with the lads.
Yeah.
And Doom Eternal, I bought the DLC.
Yes.
So yes, because I had 20,000 points on my Microsoft Rewards account, so it cost me £2.50 for the Ancient Gods 1 and 2. So I've been playing that. Also downloaded 12 Minutes.
Yes,
this needs talking about.
This is in the news.
Yes, it needs talking about. I don't know if you want to wait till the news and we'll talk about it. But me and Lorna have been playing that, and all I'll say is it's fucking amazing, but it's infuriating. It's fucking annoying. But it's really cool. So I've been playing that. Apex, started the Ascent as well, but I'd say mainly Quake.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I think pretty much all I've been playing is Quake since it came out. And I bought Aliens Fireteam today.
Oh, sick, it is
So it
out.
is actually
Dope.
It came out yesterday.
I saw the release trailer.
I've played 10 minutes, if that. I literally came in from work today, I got paid today, so I was like, oh, I'll install it, I'll have a quick look before Lorna and Luke get home.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Give me a week and I'll give you a full verdict.
Get back to your next episode,
Oh, yeah. Man.
Our first current game review. That'll be it.
That'd be freaking dope, man. On to you, Joe.
Yeah.
Over to me then. So some absolute legend of an MF has lent me a PS5 so that I can play through a couple of games. Yeah, just so.
Yeah, boy.
I've been absolutely tanning Last of Us. So really,
Ooh.
Last of Us 1. I've got that clock now. Did the DLC as well. Really enjoyed it.
Have you finished it?
Last of Us 1 and the Last of Us 1
Oh.
DLC, yeah. Really
What do you think?
loved it. Thought it was absolutely fantastic. I love the pacing.
Oh, great. I
love the character developments. I think Ellie's just a great character. In fact, my daughter's called Ellie as well. I think that's quite cool because
that's nice.
she's
cool.
a little sod,
Yeah.
and like I could. when she becomes a teenager, I'm going to feel like Joel. So like.
Oh well.
But the great twists and turns. I quite enjoyed the combat. There's only one gripe to the game, and there was a little like perk you can unlock where if the clickers grab you, you use a
shiv,
to
don't you? Yeah.
you use that thing to sort of stab them off. That had some weird effect for me, so I did a little bit of background research, and apparently it's a bug in the game where you can't actually melee them if you have that perk unlocked unless you're on easy mode. So basically, it's best to just not have that perk, so you can just start sparking them out with whatever you've got. Because I eventually found an axe, and I upgraded the axe.
You can start, start customizing like pipes and stuff, can't you? Putting scissors on the end and shit. Yeah, I remember.
You just get duct tape and scissors and strap it to literally everything.
Yeah.
The only thing that pissed me off about that is you couldn't do it to a brick. It's like a lot of spiky brick.
I was quite enjoying the use of the bricks, like sort of through it, but I wasn't never really relying on them that much. And then Kai texted me a tip, and was just like, just focus fully on bricks, and I did for a little bit. And I was like, wow, there's a lot of bricks around, and it's kind of like. But then again, I don't know, three big hits with a brick, and I don't care how clicky you are.
More games should employ the brick. Definitely.
Yeah. Spawn another generation of like super aggressive builders. I'm a tradesman.
We'll get to a point in shooters from now on where you don't have a melee knife, you have a melee brick in all like competitive shooters and stuff.
I'd take that. Yeah, Counter-Strike, start with a brick.
Yes.
I love that. But yeah, I'd give that game pretty much a 10. I loved it. As far as single player stuff goes, great narrative driven thing. Really interesting.
Very curious to hear.
Salt Lake Temple was on there as well. So I see the Salt Lake Temple. I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool."
Yeah.
I kind of know a little bit about that place. So yeah, I was like,
curious to hear when you finish the second one. I'd love to hear your opinion.
Yeah. Definitely. So I'm in a sort of strange position about that because I've just kind of been interested in the series and like been dying to play it. I know like a lot of what happens. So when I approached Abby's dad, who it was later revealed in Last of Us 2, but I already knew that. I'm like, I wonder if I can avoid some wrath and potentially keep Joel alive by just tagging him in his foot. And I shot the end of his toe off and he died. I was like,
that's a golden eye flex,
brother.
Man.
You must have been on the edge if that's going to put you down. But then
you must have hit an artery. Blood to death.
It must have been a bit weird. But I just loved it. I loved the voice acting, the mocap.
It was
really well done.
It's a real experience, The Last of Us.
Yeah,
it's a great game.
And on PS5 it ran super well. Like the remastered version, whatever. It was 60 frames a second, and it just looked and felt really cool. And like now I've got the desk set up in the room. I'm quite close to the screen. I'm playing it with earphones on the whole time, so fully immersed. Just
a good experience.
I had a really good experience. So thanks to Kai for lending me the PS5. So I've just started Last of Us 2, and the difference in graphics was quite jarring.
Right.
Yeah.
Holy crap! Right?
Yeah. They stepped it up. Yeah, big time.
So just for some perspective for you guys then, if you play Last of Us 1 non-remastered and then play Last of Us 2 on PS5. That's the difference between what I see when
Is
I
that
have
what
my
you
glasses
saw?
off
Yeah,
and
wow,
glasses on.
right.
So
Yeah,
just a little bit of a minority kind of thing here. Disabled person,
Yeah.
pretty much, with my eyeballs.
Yes.
Yeah. Victim status
It's,
achieved.
The graphics on the second one are, they really knocked it out of the park.
I gotta
really
say,
good.
I'm impressed with it. Like,
They're really good.
it's-
Really good.
It is good.
If they do a PS5 remaster, then that'd be sweet.
The character
Yeah.
development's already great, so I'm literally just in there. So Joel's just played a couple of riffs, and I nailed all the stuff on that because I was like, pretty cool, because I enjoy playing guitar in real life, obviously.
Mate, the functioning guitar thing is so sick.
I love that. So, and that's about as far as I've got. But it's kind of weird because, like, when you first meet Joel, he's pussyfooting around. He's just he don't want nothing to do with this. He wants to just be done with this whole thing. He would just literally ditch Ellie there. Then obviously on the course of their journey together, it's such like a great story how that unfolds, like their literal journey together. And then like he would die for her, then he goes and rescues her, and now he's sort of like, I don't want to say simping after her, but you know what I mean. Like he's trying to he's trying to push for a role that she seems a bit distant at the start of this. So it's kind of...
as the game goes on, you start to learn why. It's really interesting.
Well, so far a large porky has been told, so there's that whole thing hanging over him.
Well, yeah, I won't say anything else, but like the game develops really, really well.
It
like,
does.
The story is phenomenal.
Bring that on. So that's what I've been playing, and that's what's going to be the rest of my week. Hopefully, I'll be able to report back on next episode and share some video on it.
Man. Get it played. If you give it some welly, you can finish it. Yeah,
man.
It takes a bit of time, but
yeah, man.
30 hours gameplay.
Yeah,
I played a little bit of Quake, obviously, because I had to. I've done a little bit of Overwatch, but I'm kind of cutting down on that a little bit now, purely because they're just not really doing anything with it. The meta's the best it's ever been. Like, there's no predominant lead character in it right now. It's as balanced as it'll ever be. But while we're waiting for Overwatch 2, I'm just trying not to play it too much. What I have been playing this week, so I was going to go back to playing a little bit Death Stranding, and I just felt no draw to go back to it for some reason. I was like, I need something a bit faster paced today. So I played Proteus. Now, I knew of the trailers of Proteus. Andrew Hulshall did the music, the guy behind the Ancient Gods DLC. Holy shit. Is it good?
It looks really sick.
It's so fucking good. It's on PC Game Pass if anyone's out there wanting to play it. But like, oh man, it's like the speed of, I'd say, like Doom 2016-ish. And kind of the shooting style of Quake. And it's just, it's mental and it's fucking brilliant and I love it. And that's pretty much all I've been playing.
It just looks like a 90s shooter done today. Yeah. And that I'm fucking all over that.
Yeah,
like a rash.
It's so good.
I hope it comes to Xbox soon, because I will definitely be picking it up.
Yeah,
like, yeah.
It is.
It's getting released on everything at some point, isn't it? It's even getting released on
Switch.
So, yeah.
For an indie game, it looks so sick.
Yeah.
Like,
it's in beta at the moment.
But we probably won't get it on the Xbox till
it's full. Yeah.
Till it's finished. Yeah. So.
Yeah, but yeah, it's that's about it for me. I pre-ordered a couple of extra games. What did I get? I ordered the new Dark Pictures anthology, the House of Ashes, because I played all of them and I've enjoyed them so far. So I pre-ordered
we
that.
spoke about them before, haven't we? The Dark Pictures games.
Yeah, and they dropped another trailer this week actually. So I pre-ordered that and I bought Lone Echo on VR because it's supposed to be one of the best sci-fi narrative experiences out there. So, as I don't have a PS5 at the moment, I was like, I've been putting off playing this, and now I don't have a reason not to. So I'm going to get around to that after I finish Proteus. So
yeah, man.
And that is me. Sick. Right, on to other news then. So, going back.
How do you want to do this? Do you want to do QuakeCon first, or
yeah, if you want to take the lead on QuakeCon, because
I'll take QuakeCon.
For me, the majority of it was the Quake 1, 2, and 3 / Arena.
So obviously we've got, as spoken before, Quake 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
The other thing revealed at QuakeCon is Skyrim getting remastered again. And
I saw
now
this.
I'm not saying I won't buy that, but it's not the point. It's how many fucking times it's done. Resident Evil 4 hit a lot of consoles,
and this has overtaken it, hasn't it?
And this has overtaken it. So this is now Xbox 360, PS3, PC, Xbox One, PS4, Switch, Xbox Series X, PS5. That's 12 I've counted there.
It's been released.
Amazon Echo apparently
there we
is
go.
one where
it's been
apparently it was on the trailer.
It is, is legit.
It's legit.
It's really fucking cool, actually. It's hilarious. It's been released technically 15 times on 10 different systems. And
now,
Todd Howard's response was, if you don't want us to keep releasing it, stop buying it.
He's right. He's right. I don't disagree with him. I think he's... we all know how phenomenal Skyrim is. It is a fucking fantastic piece of a game. It's just an amazing video game.
Yeah.
I think a lot of this has been... The remaster, again, is from the Creation Club. Because people just keep pumping content into Skyrim.
Yeah. And
it's just becoming like a never-ending game. It's becoming a game where you can download mods on the Xbox, PS4, 5, whatever, PC. That was strictly used to be a massive PC thing, modifying games. It's not, which is great. It's a great thing. It's limited within, reason, but the Creation Club, and I don't know what we're going to get in terms of remaster. I don't know if it's going to be graphically enhanced again. Personally, I didn't think there was that much difference between the 360 and the Xbox One version. So I'd really like them if they were going to enhance the graphics, do a good job of it. But my only beef is that if they've remastered Skyrim again, like, when are we going to get news about Elder Scrolls 6? Like, is it going to happen? Like, I mean, it's been 10 years. Like, that's a big gap.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Between the series. Like, that's... You think about... In that, we've had Fallout 4, Fallout 76, which they've also released some new stuff for 76 from QuakeCon, but I don't think I'm that bothered. But Skyrim getting remastered again, I think it's like you're paying an upgrade fee if you've got this special edition. I think Game Pass as well, you get something. So I don't know how much it's going to be. It depends. Like we were talking about this, the Ghost of Tsushima.
But I say it's a very PlayStation flex. Like, here's a game you already own, and here's some of the stuff that we did for it. We didn't announce this ever from the thing, but like pay for it. Even you guys who bought the Ultimate or Gold editions or whatever,
right?
Or the season passes, like you kind of like, okay.
That's what pisses me off because I like buying a day one edition. Like Metro Exodus, like bought the best edition of it day release. Doom Eternal, best edition of it day release. Now I'm quite lucky, because I buy these predominantly on PC. To be fair, like I already have the best version, but it is really frustrating to see this happening. And like, sorry if you get triggered, PlayStation users. I have a PS5. I've literally bought one with my own money. They just don't seem to be that bothered about the fact that they're being charged for the same game to be upgraded that they already paid full price for. Like, I would be fucking furious.
I personally think like PlayStation are really losing the game at the minute. I feel like Xbox is just like out the park, one after another. Like, there's another sick announcement. Another sick announcement. Like, it's just one thing after another. But Skyrim remaster, we'll see. But again, see. I think just the news that it's remastered again is, it's been sweeping the internet by storm, isn't it? Everyone's like, oh, it's remastered again.
Yeah.
So, but like Todd Howard said, you keep buying it, we'll keep doing it. So, fucking...
Gotta admire his honesty.
There might be a glimmer of hope hidden in there for another Elder Scrolls game as well, because as they're adding all these different bits of content from the community and mods, they're gauging what the community likes. That's one. So they're getting a real finger on the pulse of what people are actually into, and they're also able to experiment a lot more with the technology. So ultimately, in terms of like experience and I'd say possibly more importantly direction, I think this is a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, definitely. Yeah, it's just for me. I'm just an impatient bastard.
Yeah,
and just want
get your work done, boys.
On it.
Yeah,
yeah, like they dropped the trailer for. Well, I'll say trailer teaser for Elder Scrolls 6 in 2018, and since then we have had Zippo.
Yeah. And that's the problem with showing the trailers, isn't it? Like especially teaser trailers, because we never used to get that. You never used to get a teaser trailer.
No, you
either heard about it when there was a gameplay trailer, because you didn't really get, I mean, you used to get some cinematic trailers, but when you heard about it, you knew major development was already
that game
done.
was coming. Yeah. Other than QuakeCon, I don't think. Quake being that was the big announcement.
Huge, yeah.
Deathloop, I think Deathloop got some announcement. I didn't look into it properly, but I've not really seen much on it. I was that fucking distracted by Quake. I was like, I didn't really pay attention to anything else.
That is.
Is Doom getting some new stuff? Actually, was that Doom?
They're working more on the battle mode. When what they need to do, and this
is just putting team deathmatch.
Yeah,
just deathmatch. Just give us deathmatch.
Doom 2016's entire multiplayer and mix them, because Doom 2016's I mean, Joe, you saw how I used to play that. I was a monster on it, and I lived on it. Like, I used to play that so much more than Overwatch, and then they just kind of dwindled it down and didn't do anything with it.
It was good fun.
It was great, and battle mode is cool and unique, but there's not a lot to it.
I don't like it.
Yeah,
but anyway, we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see what happens. But anyway, I'll let you move on to your news.
Have you got any news, Joe?
I just wanted to talk about Halo. Don't think we've actually sort of mentioned that. So
about 20 minutes ago. Yeah.
That was all I wanted to say about the release date for it, and how it's an interesting thing. Like we spoke a couple of episodes ago about how over-promising, under-delivering, or hyping up expectations has kind of negatively affected launches of games. Now, there was it's almost become infamous now, screenshot of that grunt. There's been some fantastic memes.
The brute. What was he called? Gary.
Yeah.
Gary.
This for a developer dealing with such a massive franchise, with the internet being as it is, would have been a terrifying moment for the developer. But I think to release the multiplayer and let people kind of have a bit of fun beta testing it and all this kind of stuff, then releasing the fully fleshed version of that, like you're dipping your toes in the universe in order to be ready for the campaign. And I think that instead of releasing a campaign that can be criticised online, and therefore the wildfire spreads and everyone just ends up boycotting the game or whatever, releasing it when it's done is probably better. I mean, there's a lot of people who are really looking forward to it. I fairly recently completed all the Halo Master Chief Collection and Halo 5.
We spoke about that.
It was like one of the first episodes we did. So I'm proper ready for the campaign. Like, I'm really excited for it. But you know what? I'd rather have a great campaign than a mediocre one. And I think that's...
And to be fair, arguing the way they're going about it, like, the multiplayer looks fucking brilliant. Like,
the multiplayer does look good.
I am hyped for the multiplayer that right now, like, I don't play a lot of multiplayer games. My main one's Overwatch.
No, I don't.
But
really,
I'm really hyped for Infinite's multiplayer. Like, I am going to be in that shit.
My only thing I think you guys will have heard about is that it's launching without co-op.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
Which is interesting.
It is, but then was it 4 or 5 didn't have co-op as well? I know one of them didn't have a co-op campaign. I don't know which one
when
it was.
It first started. Well, you could play Halo 5 co-op. I'm sure you could.
Maybe they couldn't when it started.
It might have been split screen or something.
I just feel like co-op's such a big thing of Halo that I don't know. That's something else actually. I forgot. That's another game I've been playing. Me and Lucas started Halo 1.
Hey,
so that's been cool.
How's he finding it so far?
We've just done Guilty Spark.
Okay, cool.
So he's just met the Flood and he was like, "Oh my god, what's this?" But he's doing well. We've got it on easy mode, so we're just sort of blitzing through it. But
Dad's just there fucking kicking the shit out of everything.
Basically. But it's good fun. We're enjoying it. So sorry, that was a bit off topic. But yes, Halo Infinite, the trailer they dropped today is really cool.
Yes.
So, yeah.
So before me and Joe actually came on for this, we were I've got the Xbox page open at the moment, obviously because we're in Gamescom, which is what we're going to be talking about shortly.
Interesting.
And there is a Halo Infinite limited edition console and controller combo coming out.
Oh my god.
No. Taylor, it looks so good. It looks so good. Like, genuinely.
Really?
Like,
You'll have to send it me after.
It's freaking beautiful, man. And they're also doing...
I thought there was a shortage on that fucking chip. That's why no one can get one.
That's just giving them loads of time to spend
Yeah.
like developing like exteriors for it. You'll see a McDonald's one soon.
Yeah.
Fancy plastic cases. But they're also doing
exactly.
a Halo Infinite wireless, the Elite Series controllers as well. They're doing one of them separately.
Oh, sweet. Cool.
So that's cool.
Yeah,
any other news from you two before I start working through my list?
Yes, one thing actually I forgot to mention. Exhumed PS1
Yes.
game is getting a remaster.
Yes. I
saw
saw
a trailer for it the other day. It looks insane. It's one of those Doom clones that is so sick. And
It's,
Egyptian-based shooter.
It's Night
Power
Dive
Slave
Studios
Exhumed.
that are doing it.
Yeah, Night Dive, yes. They're doing a remaster. It looks really good. They've really polished it up. It looks really smart.
Did you send me the trailer for this? I'm sure
I think you did, yeah.
I think I put it in the. Did I put it in the chat? I can't remember.
I think you did,
yeah.
But it looks really good. It was a game on PS1 that I've got very fond memories of. And, so I'm looking forward to if we get a console.
I mean, if Night Dive are doing it, they won't do a bad job. These are the same guys that are currently working on the System Shock remake. So, like...
Are they? Right.
Yeah, boy.
System Shock is sick.
Yes. Right then, the majority of my news this week is Xbox. It's not because I'm entirely a fanboy, it's just because it's been a big fucking week for Xbox gamers.
Fucking has been a week.
Yes, Joe. Literally there with his shirt. So, starting off with Game Pass then, we've had Humankind drop on Game Pass, which actually looks really cool. It's
seen Humankind.
Yeah, it's top-down RTS where you go through all the ages and choose where you're going to go with it. It looks really good.
Okay.
I've got a friend playing it at the moment.
It's that old Fatboy Slim video, but a game of it. I'll have to put some reference in that for any of you Gen Zs who don't know what that is. I might put some a few seconds in on the edit so we don't get copy striked. But...
Nice.
Well, if we're going back that old, then we need to talk about the next release on Game Pass, which is Psychonauts 2.
Yeah, when's that out? Is it out now?
That's out. That's out now.
Is it out now? Right.
I mean, it's been nearly 20 years since the last one or something like that.
It was the original
Xbox original,
OG.
Yeah. Which is crazy. And yeah, that's coming
out.
Never
played it, but I'll have a look at it.
I gotta say, the new one, I watched some of the level design stuff on it. It looks
Might be
cool,
one for
man.
me to hit with Luke, yes. If it's like a platformer kind of thing.
It looks
yes,
really
yeah,
cool.
I'll have a look at it. Yeah.
12 minutes released on Game Pass, as we briefly mentioned before.
12 minutes is great. So, did you
Very
guys ever
interesting
play...
concept, isn't it?
It is interesting. It's got a good voice cast. Willem Dafoe, James McAvoy, Daisy Ridley.
Yeah, top tier.
All good actors. Did you ever play Bandersnatch on Netflix?
I think I did actually, yeah.
Where it was like a choice of whatever. So, I feel like 12 minutes sort of plays like that. So... You're in this flat. Cop is coming to break down the door. He wants in. Depending what you do, depends how it plays out. It's very interesting. It's fucking annoying because me and Lorna cannot figure it out. There's a specific way. Basically, you have to go 12 minutes.
Yeah. So
you can get to 1 minute. That's when the cop comes in. You can get to 2 minutes. If you've not done something right, goes back to 0 minutes. You start again. It's a puzzle game.
Let me just ask one question. On the character selection screen, can you choose to be white?
You just know. You
can't. Because I'm about to say, because it's not going to be 12 minutes if you can choose a character that's black.
Right.
Cop busts through.
Yeah. 12 seconds. That's what it'll be.
There's
this black guy who's come in here and hung up pictures of his family. Get him! Bang, bang!
Pretty much, yeah.
Fuck's sake.
Full on America.
It's a Dave Chappelle joke, guys. Come on.
Right, okay. I've not seen it. I've not seen it. Yeah.
Oh, man. So, I mean...
But 12 minutes is really cool.
It looks very, very interesting. It really
definitely
does.
worth a play. Definitely. Me and Lorna are playing it, and we're trying to figure out how to get the right option, the right thing to do, but we just can't.
Yeah.
It's driving us mad. So we're going to keep at it.
It's a cool looking game. It's very unique.
It is. It's really cool. It's very stylised. Yeah.
And it's expected to take between 6 to 8 hours to complete. So I'll probably jump into that this week. To be fair.
Yeah, give it a go. Honestly, me and Lorna have really enjoyed it. Yeah. We're like I said, we've not even achieved anything on it, but it's interesting to try and be like, oh, how are we going to do that? How we do that? How do we get him to go there? Like, you got to figure it out. It's really cool. We're enjoying it.
It looks dope, man.
Good, yeah.
Speaking of hardware stuff, and this news is fucking crazy, to be honest. Game Pass, the cloud side of it, which, bearing in mind, I play the cloud side of it at work, and it's great. Like, I play at work on my phone internet, and I get very little latency to it, and I'm able to play a hell of a lot of games. Cloud gaming is coming to console. Now, initially I was like, it's coming to Xbox and Series X and Series S. I was like, that's great. It's not. It's coming to Xbox One as well, and that is huge because that means that if an Xbox Series X exclusive comes out, you can then stream it to your Xbox One. What it also means is if you are a Xbox Series S user and you for some reason like to install every game in the universe, you now don't have to. You're not limited by that. You can try a game before you decide to install it on that small hard drive.
Well, it's even like if you don't have enough room on your hard drive to stream it.
That's an awkward flex. Like, I'm sideways looking at my little 4 terabyte hard drive plugged into my Series S there, just like, oh, this could be one for me.
I think it's incredible. Like, I think that's just so cool. There's so much potential with that. Like,
it'd be interesting to see if it works functionally, if it works well. Do you know what I mean? I'm sure it will, but like, I'm certainly interested.
That's another one where certain
definitely
games that do really well. Something like XCOM 2 or Phoenix Point or Humankind. These kind of things would really be a great showcase for this kind of thing. Stuff that's not super Twitch style reaction dependent.
Yeah. No, it's pretty dope.
It's a solid flex though. It's pretty cool.
Man.
Yeah.
Forza 5 got a limited edition controller, and it's the best controller that Xbox have released. Don't at me, just look at it. It's fucking beautiful, and it's bright yellow, and it's transparent, and it's obnoxious as all hell, and I'm probably going to get one.
I'm a sucker for that shit, man.
Like when you piss on a snowball.
Like, have you seen the fucking Nerf gun they've just announced?
Yes,
the alien one.
Yeah,
I've fucking pre-ordered it.
Yeah, I'm getting it as well. It looks so good.
Like, I'm 30. I'll fucking want that gun.
Have you got space behind your head? Oh no, I was about to say, I thought there was I can see now you've moved, it says man cave up there. I was about to say having it mounted above the thing down.
That can come down, don't worry.
Taylor, I can't say anything. I've got 2 of the Overwatch Nerf guns downstairs.
Mate, I've got a life-size Halo Lancer gun. I've got 2 life-size fucking plasma rifles. I've got a life-size facehugger on my chair.
Yes.
Which is
I've got mine somewhere. I don't know where I put mine.
So I'm a sucker for anything that's ridiculous and stands out. I'd be like, give it me. So the controller sounds really sick.
Let's just pause this and just look at our webcam backgrounds. So Kai, not married. Taylor, not married yet. I've been married 8 years. Look at the difference in the room there. I've got that goose thing where, peace was never an option. That's like the most gamery thing I've got.
Have you not got a spare room in your house, Joe? No.
Nah, we're renting a top floor at in-laws right now. Save some money so we can hopefully buy a house. Right. But we ended up having a kid before having enough money to buy the house. So,
well, the only reason I got this room is because when me and Lorna moved in together, she said, "You can keep this stuff. That's fine. I don't want that shit all over the house." I was like, "Can I have a man cave?" Yes. Okay. So I was
a little bit different with me. We moved into a house. We chose a house with 2 bedrooms, and I said the second bedroom is my man cave.
I'm claiming that.
But yeah, like I love that kind of stuff, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So anyway,
some news dropped on Call of Duty Vanguard. I don't care.
I wanted to mention this. Yeah.
Oh, go on. Oh, 2 people fighting for it.
I'll say this. When was the last time you cared about a Call of Duty game?
Do you know what? I played Modern Warfare 1 and 2 with you guys a hell of a lot, and they were great. I played Black Ops 1.
Yeah, I played Black Ops.
After that, I played Ghosts for a bit, which was crap, so I stopped.
Yeah.
I jumped into what's the
Infinite Warfare
Battle Royale. I wanted to play the story in that, but I never played it. What was the Battle Royale one called?
Warzone.
Warzone. I jumped into Warzone for one Halloween event, and to be fair, it was actually really dope because I love gaming Halloween events.
Yeah,
and that was it. Like, I don't play Warzone, but yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm not a Call of Duty fan anymore. So
I don't care.
Yeah.
The comment sections on the release trailer videos and stuff like that have been. They're an interesting cross section of humanity, let's just say.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So personally, I think this might lead us on to our next sort of topic, but the developer may be going through some rough times right now.
Yeah.
And we'll elaborate about that further after the news.
Oh yes.
I've not got too much more news left on my side of things, apart from the last good bit of Gamescom's 2021 stuff is Humble Bundle have teamed up with Xbox and Game Pass, because obviously, PlayStation like to boast that they got all these games, we get them all for free. Humble Games are releasing a whole shed load of indie games day one on Game Pass, and I'm not massively into indie games, but one that really caught my eye is Signalis, which is like a sci-fi. It's like a 16-bit Resident Evil style game.
Oh, cool.
Oh, sick.
It looks really fucking cool. I'm talking like Resident Evil 1 era. Like
the set cameras shit.
Yeah.
All over it.
It looks really fucking good.
We'll link to a trailer of that in the description
Sig?
below for this one.
Is it on?
It's going to be on Game
called?
Pass. Signalis. It's on the
Signalis.
Xbox. I'll drop it you in the chat in a bit.
Yes, please do. I'm just having a look if it's... No. Not on it yet.
No, I'll get it down to you. That's fine. But it looks
do.
It looks good. And obviously Hades has dropped on Game Pass as well. And Hades is one of the highest rated games ever. Currently, it's the highest Metacritic game of all time.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
which is mad.
I've got it installed and ready to go.
Have you?
Yeah, I've been following it for a little while, and it looks like a lot of fun.
See, I love the developer, but I'm just not into that style. Like roguelike games, they're just not for me. So, but it does look cool, and the fact that it's on Game Pass is pretty dope. So
I've seen some speedrunning stuff already, and it looks nuts. It does look like a genuine blast. There might be an element of almost Dark Souls difficulty to some of the later bits, because obviously the theme of this is you start off like your character's totally vanilla, and you need to make your way out of this place that you're in, because obviously Hades not the nicest place really. And every time you sort of progress more, you get stronger. But if you die, you're back to the start, and you take your powers that you've acquired all the way through with you. So each kind of like push of the waves like that, you should in theory get closer. So obviously I heard of that, and I immediately thought, I must try to make it all the way out of Hades in one go. I don't know why I've suddenly become like a shogun, but this is the reaction that happened to me when I seen the trailer for that and seen the speedruns and stuff like that. So I became a shogun. There you go.
It's fair. Sometimes that's what you got to do, isn't it?
I'm very bored. Air cooled. Not hair cooled.
Yeah, man. It's been pretty crazy. There's been a lot going on.
There's been some crazy news throughout. It really has. Yeah, it's been mental.
So the main topic, and
big one.
We're going to go into it a little bit. I don't want to use up too much people's time, but we're going to talk about Blizzard and the mistreatment of the company by the consumer, of all things. Now, I know in our last episode that was aired, we talked about the allegations that have been made. Since then, it's progressed quite a bit further. So even in the official Overwatch League, which has just finished, casters were refusing to use McCree's name. They were calling him Cowboy or naming him after his gun, Peacekeeper. And this is because one of the lead developers, who is actually was he the lead level designer behind Diablo 4 or something like that?
He recently stepped down from... Yeah, I think that might be...
Yeah, he'd been there for a very long time, like 15 or 20 years or something, and just had some pretty heinous stuff. So people, McCree is named after this character. After this person. So it's kind of gone a little bit crazy with Blizzard. The most recent thing is, and Joe was chatting about this earlier as well, they have been, apparently, again, this is all apparent.
Allegedly, yeah.
Yes. They have been caught, getting rid of evidence, potentially shredding up evidence. So,
oh dear.
Yeah, and again, we know that the state of California are very, very involved. We know they had a 2,000 plus person walkout. But, and this is the important thing, we've got rid of this McCree chap. We've got rid of the highest up, the president of Blizzard. He has gone. He has stepped down from that role. Now, that's not to say that Blizzard's clean. You got 4,700 people there. And they're not all going to be bad guys. And the issue with the gaming community is now we just go, fuck it, I'm never buying a Blizzard game again. Boycott Blizzard, boycott Activision. And that's a dick move. Because think about it, right? Even if 50% of Blizzard is assholes, that's still more than 2,000 great level designers, great sound engineers, great voice actors. The 3D renderers, everything. There's so much talent in that one place.
I think a lot of it comes down to how they're going to handle it.
Of course.
How their PR team handles this, blah blah, all that kind of stuff. It's going to be interesting to see how it develops. I think, definitely,
it will. That's why I wanted to do this particular section so much, because everything that Kai said, that there is a nasty background there, and we're not glossing over the fact that there's some stuff gone down that should not
something definitely
have gone down. That's completely out of it.
100%,
but if these things are now in the limelight, then often what happens is something like that will happen. Other people are like, yeah, me too. There was a whole movement about that, and obviously terms can get thrown around a bit too much, but when there's genuinely stuff there and you focus a light on it, the light destroys the darkness, and things are good. So I was talking to Kai about this not too long ago, and I was just thinking, if I'm a Blizzard employee and I've had to put it with this jackass who's going around patting everyone on the arse or whatever's actually happened, just filling in the blanks because we don't actually know yet. But if that was an example, making lewd comments, all this kind of stuff, it'd be a lousy place to have to work. I remember these are the guys who bought some of the best games out there. So some of these games made my top 5 when I did my episode on it. Absolute huge franchises, legacy franchises, things that have all helped the formation of gaming in general. There's been some people who put in some proper work here. Now that sort of disgusting top layer or whatever it is has been sort of chopped off, or it's not there, that's not a factor anymore. So what I would do is do this as an invitation. I don't work for Blizzard. We're not sponsored by Blizzard or Activision or anyone like that. This is just out of sitting back and thinking about it. As nice as it is to jump on a bandwagon, there's people there who work hard, who've done nothing wrong. And I would invite you to not boycott their games and to not boycott the company and not sort of wash your hands of things, because they are really in need of your support right now. So imagine that, the upheaval of having this happen, the reputation of the company, and now everyone's sort of, pulling out their support for the games. It's pretty lousy to kick those innocent people when they're down. So if you were a fan of Diablo and you were looking forward to Diablo 4, or if you're a fan of Overwatch and looking forward to Overwatch 2, or any of these other games that they're being worked on, there's a lot of games being worked on. So, it's a big company, a lot of IPs there. Don't sort of give in to what other people. It's not cool or trendy to kick people when they're down. So support Blizzard Activision. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they did some of the people in that company did some crappy stuff, but now that these things are in the light, that company culture is going to change. And if you're worried about the employees, if you want them to keep having jobs, if you want them to be able to put this horrible chapter of their lives behind them, you've got to move on. And I just don't think that the best way for us as a community of gamers to help them accomplish that is to kick them when they're down. So that's what I want to say. It's probably not going to be the most original thought. I'm sure maybe other people have had this thought as well. I've not seen anyone actually say this in comment sections or on any of the podcasts. But I think, if I was in the situation there where I'm quietly working at my desk and I see some stuff going on around me, but maybe I am too scared to speak up because the company culture there is so bad that I'm worried about losing my job and my mortgage and what's going to happen to my kids and this kind of stuff. Now that nasty, bosses and that nasty senior level are actually getting taken to task, it's like, oh, what a breath of fresh air. And then you come in the next day and you start seeing all the hate mail you're getting and all the comments, all this kind of stuff. You think, wow, these people are having a proper lousy time, so be nice. There we go.
It is an interesting one. I am genuinely curious to see how it's going to go and who's going to be, held responsible for whatever actions. I don't know.
Yeah, and that's another thing as well. Like these brands, you'll have noticed that if you follow like the Xbox YouTube channel, for example, trailers be dropping like damn. Like it's almost every week. There's like, oh, here's new game, and it's a lot, which is pretty cool. Thank you, Microsoft, for that. But yeah, anything that's coming from those companies, they're taking their branding and logos off.
Yeah,
don't do that. That you are still Blizzard, and the work that you as a good employee have put in. Games. Yeah, you didn't do anything shameful to this. That's your brand. You put your blood, sweat, and tears into that. Take that brand back. Those sods are out now. Put that put that chapter of your career to bed. And as gamers, we've seen that thing happen. We should be happy for that company now that they've got rid of those people. Because if any of you have worked for horrible bosses, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, how much better do things get when that toxic person is taken out?
Yeah, man.
Now, I'm not being just some weak SJW person here, because I'm definitely not all about that. It's like the opposite of what I'm about. But at the same time, there's a lot of great games going to come out from these guys. And taking a step back from it and just seeing like, obviously, YouTube comment sections are not the best showcase for humanity.
Yes, that is true.
But if that represents, a greater portion of people who are literally just going to walk away and abandon people that they've loved and supported, by purchasing their games and getting involved in those communities, then that's a large thing to do. So don't do it. Bandwagons aren't always the best thing. Be cool.
True.
We'll see where we it is literally a time will tell. We've just got to wait and see. But I'm interested. I've not read anything on it. Every time I hear something, it's from you guys.
Yeah.
So
I genuinely like. I've been there. I've worked for shitty bosses. I've worked for particularly shitty bosses that have been removed from said position, and the place has got better for that. Now,
I was there for one of them.
You were.
I wasn't the boss that was removed, by the way, just in case anyone's wondering.
You got to think about what games these guys have made, though. Warcraft. Now, I'm not just talking World of Warcraft, the biggest online game ever made.
Warcraft 3
was fucking legitimate.
Warcraft 2 was one of the first games I ever really played.
Yeah. StarCraft, Diablo, Hearthstone, Heroes of the Storm, Overwatch, one of my best games.
They've made some phenomenal games.
Some incredible games, and all of those games are not just made by Poison. They're made by really good fucking people.
Yeah, well, look at how good they are. People fucking, the time.
Almost every one of those titles named is one of the biggest game series ever.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And that's just, if that isn't an accomplishment, I don't know what else they could do. Now, there is obviously the thing that they could do, which is rebrand him, but again, with Joe,
don't be weak.
You are, your name carries so much weight. And
they're one of the biggest gaming companies in the world.
Yeah.
Take your brand back, take your reputation back, and take your image back. It's yours. You earned this, and
just own it. Say, this happened. We're not proud of it. We've exiled the people that need exiling. We're going to carry on as a company. That's the best thing. Just own the situation. Just take hold of it.
And you know what? I hope this clip of our video actually goes viral, because it'd be good to get this message around. Think about this. Think about the best efforts that you can put in when you're at work. It's going to be when you're feeling happy and valued and not sexually harassed, right?
Yeah.
So just think about what the future holds for a Blizzard Activision that doesn't have these extra hurdles to overcome. Just think about what these people are capable of. And if you do like games, if you do like these series especially, and if you do like to see, goodness knows what original IPs they're working on right now, because I doubt they're done with just their current series.
No, definitely not.
Yeah. Let's give them our support, and let's allow them to rebuild into a nice, healthier, happier company making better games. We can be happy that we supported them through this. So, preaching over.
Weed out the poison, as they say.
Absolutely,
for reals.
Man. Yeah. We're behind you, Blizzard, even if no one else seems to be at the moment. Right then, I think we'll call it a wrap on this episode.
Yeah, man, I think that's a good one.
It has been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for taking a lead on that talk, Joe. That's really good message to get passed around. So Hope you guys take something from this episode. Keep an eye out for future ones. We've got quite a lot planned, and we are still working on potentially getting the podcast on Spotify. Throw us a like and subscribe. Share us a comment. Tell us your favourite Blizzard game, and if you're going to throw your support with them, because it would be really cool if you joined us with that. Until then, we'll see you on the other side. Peace.
Laters.